Hey, friend. I would love to talk to you today about some wellness trends that are floating around and what I actually think about them, especially when we're in perimenopause. I'm not here to bash. I am here to remind you that not every trend is meant for this season of your life or for you, but they could be tools that you can use after you have that healthy foundation set. I talk about a healthy foundation and habits all the time because I feel like if you don't have that, then nothing else that you do is going to matter. It's not going to really help. It might make you feel like you're doing something when you're not really doing anything at all. So my name is Gina Liberty, and this is Perimenopausal Chats. Slow your roll, Gina. I am here to talk about anything and everything. And if there's ever anything that you want to chat about and I haven't chatted about it yet, please let me know in some of the comments wherever you are listening to me. Well, that would be this video, right? Anyway, you get the gist. You get the gist. So let's just dive right in and talk about some things, because the first one I'm going to talk about is protein coffee. And I am a self-proclaimed protein pusher. I believe that protein is the number one needle mover when it comes to your health, your wellness, your weight loss. I just feel like, this is my opinion. I'm not any medical professional at all, but this is my opinion and my experience and clients' experiences. And yeah, so protein coffee. I am all for the protein, is my point. Coffee, not so much, even though right now I'm on a latte kick. I've been saying that for I don't know how long now. If you've listened to all of my videos, you've probably heard me talk about a latte. So I didn't go for coffee for many, many years, and I started back up this year recently for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I'm liking them for now. So I'm not going to bash coffee either, but here's the thing. If you're fueling your body, if you're actually skipping what I call real meals and just doing that every single day, but you're still exhausted by noon, here's the thing. Protein would keep you feeling full. Coffee can deplete you, and it's supposed to give you some energy, right? So if you're exhausted by noon and you're having a protein coffee every morning, then that might be it. You need some real coffee. You need some real chewable protein. And yeah, that's what I feel like about protein coffee. Another thing is cold plunges right now. So here's the thing. This can be more beneficial for men, actually. And if you have any hormonal issues, not hormonal issues, oh my goodness, we're all here because of that. If you have any thyroid issues, adrenal issues type of deal, oh my goodness, my brain is, I can feel the mishaps happening up here. The zaps, they're little zaps. And I either forget. Anyway, perimenopausal glitches, that's all it is. I'm going to name them all that. Anything that happens that does that type of thing to my brain, that's what it is. Anyway, this is more beneficial, I think, to men. Women, we cannot take as cold exposure. I am all for cold exposure because I believe it is good for everyone, but not to the extreme of an ice bath or super cold for a woman. It's if you want to take, I can't remember the degrees. I should have had that written down, so I had it to give you. I want to say between 50 and 60 degrees on the water for women, and men can go colder. Inner ear itching, yet another perimenopausal symptom. It's driving me crazy. Oh my goodness. This is not going very well right now. So far, it is not going well, but I am not editing this because this is me. This is how my brain works. This is how real life is when you're in perimenopause. And if it gives you just any kind of I'm not alone moment, that's what I'm going for. So there's another one about cycle syncing. So it sounds super cool, but here's the thing. If you're in perimenopause, your cycle is a mystery. Like I don't think I've been regular. No, I sure haven't. There've been a couple months where I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of in the area of when I should start." But mostly I don't know, which is very frustrating, very frustrating. And so if you're trying to do any kind of syncing around your cycle, that's just, it's not going to happen. It's like trying to follow a map trail through fog, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, another one is the 10,000 steps a day. Now, I am a tried and true fan of this. I usually get anywhere from 10 to 12,000 steps. Now, I don't think 10,000 steps is gospel. I don't think if it's taking every ounce of energy that you have to get that done in a day, I don't think it's good for you, right? Because you need energy to do other things in your day-to-day life rather than just stepping, right? Now, if you're not even close to that, there's no way. Don't even try to hit 10,000 steps. Do not try. If you have a way to track your steps, even if it's just your phone with you every moment, which I hate, but if that's the only way that you have, Fitbits have, here we go to a different, oh my goodness, my brain. Fitbits have very inexpensive wrist trackers. And so you could see how many steps you're going. And if you're only hitting 1,000 steps a day, then we're going to try to just up that by 500 steps a day for a while to see if you can get to that and see how you can fit that in before you try to keep going up. Do not try to go from 1,000 to 10,000. It's definitely not going to work, and it will not stick at all. So I feel like if you can get to a minimum of 7,500 steps, I think that's a good minimum to have. But yes, up to 12,000, sure, depending on how active you are. But there are days I don't beat myself up if I don't hit 10,000 a day. I want to hit 10,000 a day. I know that I'm able to do so, and I know how to get there. But some days your body is like, I am tired. I need to rest, even though walking is not much. It doesn't take much. But there are some days where you are just not, you are completely fatigued. You didn't sleep well. You have a lot going on. Work is crazy. There are days when you are just going to have minimal steps, and that's okay as long as it's not just a daily thing. Another thing is weighted vests. So there's a lot about these, and I've learned a lot over the last 6 months or so on these. I can't remember. I do have a weighted vest. I do. I use it as a tool, but I also have my foundations in place. My foundation is set in place. It is strong and solid. This is just a tool that I wanted to use. And let me tell you the truth about these. Just using a weighted vest is not going to, if you're just trying to lose weight with taking walks with a weighted vest, there are some things about this. Also with the bone density. It does help if you are treating it like strength training and you are doing progressive overload. So you are actually loading more as time goes on. Not the same weight all the time. So definitely get one that if you have your foundation set in place and it's strong and solid and you want to use a weighted vest as a tool, you can totally do that. Get one that you can add to weights when you get to a place where you can add more, add more. There are other things where you have a lighter weighted vest and you're doing like jumping type motions, different things like that. It can help more with the bone density. But the best thing for bone density is strength training, period. So Clean eating and detoxing, this kind of culture. You're not dirty. Every time I hear clean eating, you're not dirty. I think it's just eating real foods is a great place to start. And that alone will help your body detox, in my opinion. And the protein, again, going back to the protein, if you can just focus on protein and getting in enough protein, which when I say that, I am meaning women need to be at least, well, and this goes by, height, weight, where you're at, what kind of movement you're doing, all the things. There are so many factors in this, okay? But I feel like every woman should be eating at the very least, 100 grams of protein a day. If you're not there, we slowly work your way up to that. I do have a protein guide that will help you do that if you want that. But those are some of the things that have been really kind of in the media lately, or social media, or wherever, talked about a lot. And I feel like there are other things that you could do that actually don't cost any money, but it gives you much more than what those things promise to give you. Things like, and yes, some of this might sound a little woo-woo to you, and it took me a while, but it just makes sense. And proof is that I just feel better when I do some of these things. Actually, all of them. And if you give it a little time and start doing one of these at a time, you will notice that you do feel better as well. So try them. And I want to know if you try them and what you try and how you feel. The grounding thing, I really feel like I always feel better when I take off my shoes and my feet are in the grass or in the sand or wherever. I cannot stand shoes on my feet. I always feel better when I'm touching the ground without shoes. Or, like your hands. If someone is into gardening, that is amazing. So, you're touching the dirt, trees, plants, rocks, whatever. Sounds weird, but it helps more than you think. I promise. Excuse me. Getting the morning light in. If you can get out in the morning within the first hour of the sun rising, that is the best time to get the sunlight in your eyeballs. If you can get out there within the first 3 hours, eat your breakfast out there, eat your lunch out there. If you can get out in the first hour, it helps to reset your circadian rhythm, and it helps with your energy. It helps with your sleep, helps you kind of get on that right cycle. Because when we have like blue light at night and all of that, it tends to keep us awake and think that it's actually still sunlight out, and it's really not, and it messes with our sleep. It's a whole thing. Eating outside, the sunshine, all of that, it can help with your digestion. So that's a good thing as well. So eating lunch, or what I call dinner, because I eat twice a day. My lunch dinner is dinner. It's like a midday reset button almost, Breathing can do so much to calm your nervous system. I tell clients all the time, and friends, especially friends who have a lot going on and they need just a minute. I'm like, go lock yourself in a closet and just close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Even if you just take 3 deep breaths, then you just it just calms the nervous system. Because when you're in like overdrive, you feel like you're in overdrive. Deep breathing, simple but effective. You can do the 4-4-4, whatever, the breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. Do that 4 times. It's easy to remember as well. So another thing that would be good is just doing something that you love to do, something that brings you joy, makes you happy. I talked about a dance playlist the other day. Excuse me. See, that helps. The inner ear, right? My goodness, it's driving me crazy today. Totally have a dance party, 5-minute dance party. Crank that music and just dance like nobody's watching. Just have a blast. It can make a world of difference. Taking a walk without your phone. No phone. No phone. No music. Listen. Listen to the birds. Listen to the trees, the leaves rustling in the wind. Try to tune out the cars. Listen to the dogs barking. Listen to everything that's out there in nature. If you like to cook or bake, just do something just because. Bake some cookies and take them to a neighbor if you don't want to eat them. If you love to bake and don't want to eat all the cookies yourself, that could be something you do. Drink your water. Drink a full glass of water in the morning when you wake up, because we haven't had anything to drink all night, and that helps to hydrate our body. Don't be on your phone. Just let your nervous system kind of catch up with the hydration, and, just be. Wellness doesn't have to be quote unquote extra. You don't need to chase the newest thing that your body is just begging for less noise, more connection, and, coming back to self and feeling like you and feeling just your best and just whole. And this also sets you up for any of those results that you want, like weight loss or whatever, feeling better. It doesn't require a fancy protocol. It is very simple, trust me, or else I would not be able to do it. If you are feeling overwhelmed by all the noise out there, all the things, I get it. I cannot stand all the things that are out there. It is too much for a person, a woman, especially in this stage of life, to try and take on and think about. And we don't want to make any more decisions. We just want everything to be easy. That's why I do have the easy button method. I created it for myself, and here I am helping others with it. So anyway, if any of that resonated with you, if you'd like to chat about that, I would love to do a Voxer consult day with you. So grab that link in the description and let's get chatting about you, what's going on. I'll ask you some questions, and together we can find the next easy step for you to get you going on the right track. And I would love for you to follow me and come back next week and see what we're going to talk about. I never know from week to week. I just am inspired by whatever conversations I have with clients or friends, or thoughts that I have of my own, or experiences I have of my own. And I just want you to know that you are not crazy, your body is not broken, and you are not alone. So hang on to that, and let's continue this journey together. And remember, something is better than nothing. Chat soon.